that's all we planned. But we really hoped that there'd be some other stories, too, that people thought of during the day that they didn't have an opportunity to tell. Wally Ewart has a good one, and maybe he could come up and tell it.
Difficult to follow the family, and I'm just going to tell you something really pretty short, but I think it fits into everything we've heard today. I was a first-year graduate student. I had been there, it was like June, and so, been there since September. And my true love, she had gone to France to study, and she sent me that famous Dear Wally letter. That, it was great while I was here, but I'm over there, I want to be free, and all that. And talked about being knocked down. I was knocked way down. I think I stopped eating for a week. But I immediately decided I needed to go to France, where she was studying. And so I thought, how do I get there? Well, I didn't have a lot of money, but I thought, maybe I can get a loan, or I can figure out a way, and I have to get permission to go. And I've only been there, since September. And so I thought, this is really a risky thing, but I've got to do it. So I went to Harry, and I said to Harry, this is the situation. My love is in France. She sent me a Dear Wally letter, and I need to go over there and talk to her. He says, you're right. He says, I had a similar incident in my life, and you need to go over to France. He said, so you go down to the bursar's office, you tell them that Professor Wassman says you need a loan to go to Europe to make sure you pursue your education for a PhD. And I sort of looked at him and I said, really? And he said, yes, you go down there. So immediately that day, went to the bursar's office, walked in, and I said to them, I need a loan because I'm going to go to Europe. Professor Wassman says I need it because that's the way I can pursue my PhD. And the lady started writing it down. And I said, but the real reason I'm going is my love is there, and she sent me this letter. And the lady didn't put a word down. It says, Professor Wassman says. That's all I had. So I left there thinking, I'm not going to get this money. I went back, and about a week later I get this call, and the call is about this loan. And I thought, oh my God, about this loan. We don't think it's enough money. We think you need more money. And I immediately said, no, it's fine. I'll be down to pick up the check today. And so I went down, picked up the check. I got on a charter flight to ACS charter flight to Europe, and saw my love. We ended up, she was in France, but I couldn't speak French, so I had to go somewhere neutral. So we went to Scotland. We sat on a beach for 4 hours in the cold and talked it out. And she wanted to have her freedom, and I said, okay. And then she came back that following August, and we were engaged in December, married the following July, and we've been married 50 years and 4 months. So that's sort of the story, but there's one sequel to it which I thought I ought to add. And that was, I came back when Yale was having their problems with TAs organizing, and they put together a graduate center, which we never had when I was here. And when I did that, I came in and saw Harry, and I said, he'd just come back from Italy, I think, and he had some sketches. He shared one with me, which I have, and I have on my wall. And I said, one thing I want to tell you is you were wonderful because you saved my life, because I really love the woman I'm with, and I really owe it to you. And he says, great, I'm glad you told me that. I've got to go home and tell Elga, because she's always saying I didn't treat my students right.